Alrighty everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be looking at a PvE build for the Void Warlock. This idea is inspired by @posterchild and Steven, so here it is. But if you want your build ideas to be featured in a future video, then be sure to leave them in the comments down below and they might get featured. But starting out with our abilities, we're going to be using Nova Bomb Vortex, your choice of Rift, Jump, and Pocket Singularity are melee. Now this is a projectile that pushes targets back and makes them volatile. Volatile is an action that will have targets explode upon taking additional damage. And for a grenade, Scatter Grenade. Just scatters into some little explosions, but our exotic is going to help this thing out a lot. Now for our fragments, starting out with Echo of Persistence. Void buffs applied to you have an increased duration. This is great for just general uptime of our void buffs, so they benefit us longer, but does take away -10 from our recovery stat. Next, Echo of Instability. Defeating targets with grenades grants volatile rounds to your void weapons. So this is great, as now our void weapons, which is what we're going to be using, will be able to apply explosions to targets and also gives our void weapons anti-barrier capability. Also adds a nice +10 to our strength stat. Next up, Echo of Expulsion, not explosion. Void ability final blows cause targets to explode. So this is just good for our general add clear capability because more explosions are always good. And a nice +10 to our intellect. Rounding it out with Echo of Undermining. Your void grenades weaken targets. So weaken is a debuff that has affected targets take an extra 15% in PvE. Unfortunately, it also takes away -20 from our discipline stats, so make sure you're able to tank that. Next up, we have our aspects, starting out with Feed the Void. Defeating a target with a void ability will activate Devour. Your Devour effects are improved, restoring additional health and grenade energy. So, Devour, it is absolutely goated. Final blows restore health, grant grenade energy, and extend Devour. So as long as we get a kill, we get grenade energy and health back. Next up, Child of the Old Gods. Cast your Rift to create a Void Soul and blah blah. Basically, when you have a Void Soul, you shoot a target and the soul will fly and leech onto that target, doing damage and weakening them. When a target is being drained, you are granted grenade and melee energy if running Healing Rift, or health if running Empowering Rift. Defeating a target who is being drained by your Void Soul grants class ability energy. Alright, so still a lot there, but the takeaways are to cast your Rift, shoot a target, which will apply a weaken to that target, and reap the rewards of good stuff. Now, for our exotics, starting out with Witherhoard. This can only be acquired by using an exotic cipher along with other materials at the exotic archive in the tower, and requires Shadowkeep, which is currently free, so take advantage of that. Our intrinsic trait, Primeval's Torment. Projectiles fired by this weapon blight the target or nearby area on impact. Our trait, Break the Bank, states blighted targets take damage over time and blight the nearby area on death. The catalyst also increases handling and gives it auto-loading holster. You know this gun, it's the GOAT, and it's here to help out. Just shoot it to lock down areas of enemies, so really this gun is here to help us out with killing ads and keeping Devour up. Next up, Nothing Manacles. So, the quest for Nothing Manacles, to get Nothing Manacles, you have to complete a legendary Lost Sector while solo on a day where it's rewarding exotic gauntlets. Or Vex Offensive on Neomuna could also work, but it's a larger loophole. It also requires Beyond Light, which is also currently free, so take advantage of that. Scatter Charge. You gain an additional Scatter Grenade charge and enables tracking for Scatter Grenade projectiles. So, pretty simple, gives us another grenade and gives projectiles slight tracking so they can be a bit forgiving if you're off center a little bit. Having another grenade means more upkeep on Devour and volatile rounds for our void weapons, which is great. So, for our weapons, really the only thing I'm recommending here is for your primary, and that is going to be the new Recluse. Bringing this gun back has been real clutch thanks to its origin trait, Indomitability. Final blows while on a light subclass grant grenade energy, and while on a darkness subclass grant melee energy. But my favorite part about this is rocking it with Repulsor Brace, which grants a void overshield upon defeating a void debuffed target. So, since we're constantly applying void debuffs, as long as we kill them with Recluse, we continue Devour and get an overshield on top of that. Then for your final perk column, I have Desperate Measures, which grants a stacking bonus of up to 30% when at max stacks, which is great considering the amount of ability kills we're getting, but something like Frenzy would also be really great there. So in terms of mods, here's what I'm running. Personally, I would try to prioritize resilience, discipline, and then recovery for your stats. So for the gameplay loop, basically we're throwing out our nades to get a kill on an enemy, which will initially proc devour, give our void weapons volatile rounds, and make explosions. We're using Wither Horde and Child of the Old Gods to lock off areas and deal with adds. We're using the Recluse as our primary weapon, as upon defeating debuff targets, we will gain an overshield, extend devour, and get some grenade energy back to repeat that cycle. But before we go to the showcase, I just want to say thank you for your continued support on this channel. It means a lot to me, and that at 1,000 subscribers, I will be giving away another Karahei emblem code. So please help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers before the final shape arrives. And with that out of the way, let's get straight to the showcase. Alrighty, let's see what this build can do. Speaking of enemies to kill, let's continue that. There are 2 nades. And here they are to ruin my fun. I'm just kidding. It's a team game mode. Plenty of room for everyone's builds.
What's up, bitch?
Demolitions. Okay, so that's a pretty tough one. So the best thing to do here is to pop supers if you were to have them, but we don't. Oh, I actually just got mine. And that takes care of the demolitions. How we doing, decoy?
Help me! Help me!
Oh, switching it up on me. There we go, repulsor brace, devour. Volatile. Nades back up. Alright. Okay, I didn't get the nade kill on that, which if I did, I would have had volatile rounds to deal with this barrier, but that's alright, because we've got teammates. Didn't want the spark, did you? It's alright. Let me have the hero moment. And boom! There we go. How we doing, decoy? Ready for that promotion? Let's go. Back to killing, back to killing. That was a pretty spicy streak there. Oh. Oh. They're all around me. Surprise, they didn't kill me. Oh, no. Alright, get me out. Because we're back on the killing stuff train. And we're killing stuff. And we're getting grenades back. Look at that, beautiful. Don't fall into the pit of nothingness. Come on, boys, let's get it. Oh no, I'm not a warlock. I'm a void lock. I'm not a warlock. I'm a void lock. All right, well the boss is almost dead at least. Let's go. There it is. Feed the manacles. PVE Warlock Build. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.